Okay, let's look at some time. I do find these questions quite confusing and they can be very tricky, so don't worry if you're struggling with them. Definitely, I think it's one of the harder topics, but you can make it easy for yourself by, if you excuse the pun, just taking your time. So once I can hear me say it, but little sketches, just, whenever you see my videos, if I've been rushing something, very easy to make a small mistake. Just take your time and tick off what we know, and we'll see how we get on, okay? So, Lucy has travelled to Doha to report an event. She flew from Manchester, so from Manchester all the way to Doha, and it's Qatar, isn't it? So she's doing that. Flew from Manchester. Our flight landed in Doha in 1918, and that's the local time there. That's fine. So it's Doha time. The flying time was 7 hours and 23 minutes. So there we go, 7:23. So I've used this, and Doha is 2 hours ahead of Manchester. So I would just put a little, +2. They're +2 ahead. Nice. So calculate the time she left Manchester. Let's have a look. Zoom in. That keeps popping up on my screen. It's really annoying. See, I'm not connected to the internet. Move that down a little bit. Apologies. There we go. So let's work back the way. So before we get on to this, we're just taking away 7 hours and 23. So if I take away 7 hours, that's going to get me on to 12:18. Because 19 take away 7 is 12. And then taking away, now at this point I think I'll just take away 18 minutes. That gets me to 12. And then I know I need to take away another 5 minutes. So don't be a hero, just take your time. So that's 11:55. So if there was no time difference, we'd be looking at 11:55. But we know that Doha is 2 hours ahead. So what I need to do, my final answer is I need to take away those 2 hours, and that gets me to 9:55. That's now in the local Manchester time. That one was in local Doha time. Okay? So just then, they're 2 hours ahead. So we'll see if we need to take away 2 hours from here. Right? But if you do that in a sketch, I think it makes it a wee bit easier. So yeah, Doha local time. That was I think what's weird about this is that you're kind of working out when she left. So she's looked at a clock in Doha here. I always think about my own watch, but she saw a clock in Doha, and then we've rather than our own watch. Anyway, do a little sketch, and hopefully that helps. Let's try another one. So Gillian flew from Aberdeen to Caracas. So Aberdeen all the way to Caracas. Good for you. She got on the aircraft at 06:05 local, so that's the Aberdeen time. Okay. She was off the aircraft in Paris for 1 hour and 55 minutes. Okay, she stopped in Paris then. Okay, so that was 1 hour and 15 she was in Paris. And then she got off the aircraft at Caracas at 15:30 local time. Okay. Now Paris is 1 hour ahead of Aberdeen. So they're 1 hour ahead, okay. And Caracas, if I'll put this in a different colour, 1 hour ahead. And Caracas is 5 hours behind Paris. So let's put a -5 for that. So relative to Paris and Caracas, okay. So calculate the total time she was on the aircraft. Well, let's have a little look. We'll work our way back, I think, from Caracas to Paris. And we'll have to look at the difference in time, and then take away what she was waiting for. But first, before we do that, we'll have to set the times, because right now that's local and that's local, so the difference isn't going to be very helpful. So let's have a think. Paris is 1 hour ahead of Aberdeen. Okay. And then Caracas is 5 hours behind Paris. So if they're 1 hour ahead, if Paris is 1 hour ahead and then Caracas is 5 hours behind them, that would give me a total of 4 hours behind Aberdeen, because they're 1 hour ahead and they're 5 hours behind them. So that means that we've got a net negative 4 hours. So they're 4 hours behind Aberdeen. So why don't we keep it all in Aberdeen time? So if they're 4 hours behind, we're going to add 4 on to that. So that's going to give me, put this in Aberdeen time, add on 4 for 1930. I'll try and zoom away from that. If we add on 4. So yeah, the net was 4, I've added on 4. So now I'm going to work out the difference. So I'm going from 1605 to 1930. So let's have a think then. If I want to go up to, let's go up to 30 first of all. So 0630 because I've got 30 minutes. So that's 25 minutes. Very good. And then to get from there to there, 6 to 19, that's 13 hours. So that's going to get to 1930. Very good. So that means it's 13 hours and 25 minutes for a difference, but we also know that she stopped for an hour and 15, so I need to take away 1 hour and 15 minutes. So I take that away, 13 take away 1 is 12, 25 take away 15 is 10, and there's your final answer, 12 hours and 10 minutes. So that's what I mean about time. It can be quite confusing, but a little diagram can help. Okay, so here I was saying that they're 4 hours behind Aberdeen, so we need to add on the 4. Likewise, I could have said, well, if they're 4 hours behind Aberdeen, I could have taken away 4 from there. Okay, because that means that Aberdeen are 4 hours a difference. But yeah, that's the way I thought I'd play the game. So they're 4 hours behind. We need to add 4 hours on just to balance it out. Okay, so you're kind of doing the opposite to balance that. So I hope that's helpful. Your 2 little diagrams, working out difference in time in stages. That's another really good trick. But yeah, hopefully you get something more like this, where it's a little bit more straightforward than something like this, which is a little bit mean. Okay, so we'll do another video with some other trickier questions next.